best be cleaning out your ears. The moment has arrived, the greatest podcast on earth is here. Reverse engineering propaganda fear, like a UFO with bombardier. Simulant and will lose, make it crystal clear. Stomping all you gay frogs, toppling the throne of Magog. All that will hold them down, a day job. So tell me where my sheep will at. Raise your hands and make them clap, but shut the fuck up, that's enough of that. The hosts are about to spit some straight up facts. Tell you where the Templars stash their cash. Describe what Katie Couric looks like underneath their mask. Exposing these goblins no matter where they're at. Stay tuned for all of that.
Are you sure it's recording?
No.
You're not sure, or no, it's not recording?
No, I'm not sure.
Oh. So it could be recording?
It is recording. Okay. Fucking goddamn it. Welcome to Popularity Contest with myself, Will Lose, and Original Simulant. We're over here. I don't remember. I don't remember. This is bad news tonight, everybody. We were hoping to live stream the Trump debate, and we ended up.
It's actually the presidential debate.
Oh yeah.
Willows has called it the Trump debate, but I'm okay with that branding of it. Yeah.
It's just like the man just wasn't having it tonight. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think she got shut down
by
probably NASA or other intelligence services. I meant to say the NSA, but I've had 3 beers while I've been trying to figure out how to get the audio to work.
Oh yeah, I just started drinking just out of my anxiety, trying to calm my anxiety, and now I started drinking. I drank too much, and now my anxiety is higher than it was.
Why is your anxiety higher? You shouldn't have anxiety right now. It's like this is technologies. It induces anxiety in the user.
Yeah, I'm going to show the people.
And anyone that it doesn't induce anxiety in at certain scales is just like way overconfident, unnecessarily.
Oh yeah.
Because
I was trying to go into OBS. I'm going to show the people what the fuck. This is the direction. This is by the way, the best instructions that I received on how to do it. Look at this. This looks like, what does that look like to you?
Hold on. Is it a PDF of Dave J's book?
It's exactly right. It looks like something Dave J drew up as a direction. And I'm trying to follow this. And when I initially clicked on it, this is how stupid I am. I go, yeah, that makes sense. Okay. And then at one point.
Did you even look at it? Oh my gosh. You didn't even look at it. You must not have looked at it to think it made sense.
And then at one point.
Like, oh, I see. Yeah. Okay.
It's just bad news. Anyway.
Hold on. Installing virtual cables. Well, okay. This looks terrific. What the fuck is a virtual cable? Why do you. Yeah, anyway.
I mean, I had the virtual. It doesn't matter. Okay. The point is.
You don't have them. You virtually have them.
That's fair.
Do you have the virtual cables? I don't know. I felt like I didn't know I didn't have them. I didn't know I needed them.
You guys want to see a little bit of the? Do this a little bit. Give them a little taste.
What?
Give them a little taste of the.
What?
Of the debate.
Well, I was gonna.
Expected by all said she's.
I was gonna say that maybe we should preface this with saying we are gonna do a debate. Which I didn't talk to you about this yet, but what do you like? Once we get this figured out, we should do like a coverage of the debate.
Yeah,
what do you think?
Yeah, we'll just do it like tomorrow or the next day or something.
Yeah,
we got to get in
there.
Try
to do it tomorrow, even though it'll be enrage my wife. But what does man? What I'll do is I'll wait till she's asleep, and then I'll be like live stream all night until I have to go to work the next day and get drunk. No, I won't really. I'll just tell her we're gonna do it. But anyway, yeah, we'll like kind of maybe keep ourselves from some of the spoilers or something. We'll watch it like in the raw tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm not gonna watch
it. Well, I don't want to say tomorrow. Whenever you're confident that you got the software thing working, right?
Yeah, I'll get it all working. But here's like the real issue is, you and I becoming carnies now on the internet and trying to join the carny game. One of the things that we have to do is like I haven't followed politics in years. So I don't even know these people's names. Like I know Trump, I know Biden, but I don't know anything else. So I got to learn these people in order to get you people at home to like me. So I'm going to try to pretend that I know what I'm talking about. Now, I don't know what I'm talking about, but that doesn't mean that I can't fake it.
You did once upon a time, though. Probably.
Yeah, I was. Oh, I was really deep
when you
into
were.
it.
Yeah, it's like sports. It's like anything, right? Once you're really invested in it, enough to just keep up with it. I mean, Grandma doesn't watch Days of Our Lives for 30 years. She watched it for a week, and she knows all the characters again. Same shit, different story. Especially, I mean, essentially the same. It's all the same names and everything. Same people, same families.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Give me. I'm going to.
All right, ready?
Yeah, we're trying to find my phone right. This is this is unbelievable. You're gonna have to keep these people busy while I find my phone that I lost while we were trying to get this to work. This is. I got pillows.
All right, did you find it?
No.
It rang twice and went straight to voicemail.
Hold on.
This is capturing our tragedies and our triumphs.
All right, got my food, found my phone. I was sitting on it. Well, I was standing on it. We're back now. We're still not streaming the Trump thing, but we got some other stuff for you that we're going to go over. Because I found out, actually, weren't you telling me something earlier in the week about that you got in a fight with Satanists or something?
Oh, on Twitter? On Twitter? Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't get in a fight with him. Actually, yeah, man, the old, what was it? The TST, the Temple of Satan. Wait, no, like the Satanic Temple.
Mhm.
They had, I sent you a link, I think, and I might have posted it somewhere too, about some uppity woman had decided that in this uncertain times, she was going to align herself with the only religion that she knew would stand up for like the principles established in Roe v. Wade. So she, found herself allied with the Satanic Temple.
Naturally.
And yeah, naturally. And so on Twitter, one of these, numbskulls, or no, the article was posted there, and then I had said that in part of the article I'd quoted in my tweet response that was it was one of the tenets of Satanism that said something like the human man's body is inviolable, subject to his will alone. So I took that opportunity to say that finally, at least the Satanic Church, the Satanic Temple, recognizes the crime against self that it is for mask laws and mandatory vaccinations. And there wasn't a single person who was like, "You're right," even though it's clearly what it said. So yeah, I didn't get in a fight with them. They just objected to the interpretation of their own tenet. So I was like, I'm on your side here. I was like, this is right on. I would read it now, but it'd make my screen close. But
I was gonna say I
got some likes, but you could read it if you want.
Yeah, I can probably pull it up. That was on. Let's see, when was that? Not the 28th.
I normally don't. I just use Twitter for some humorous trolling mostly. But this one really got some traction. So people love Satanism. So they're gonna defend their belief, or their endorsement of it. So I was like, you guys are right on. They're like, that's not what it means. Everything about the whole third tenet was all about self and self sovereignty,
Okay.
the body, and every objection to my saying absolutely, absolutely, this couldn't be more correct. Every objection was like, but other people, you yield your right to participate in society when you have an infectious disease. All this nonsense.
Okay, so here was the original tweet. Someone said, "What do you do when you're terrified about the future of the country you love? The author of the new at HuffPo personal piece just became a Satanist in hopes of helping to secure abortion rights and democracy in America." So the death of Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg pushed me to join Satanism. And then you responded, there seems to be a lot of inconsistency with regard to what subject to one's own will alone means. I mean,
that was later. That was like the last thing I responded. Actually, Twitter's weird the way it posts out of order.
Yeah, I don't actually.
Or the way you see it out of order.
But I don't actually use all this stuff.
You'd have to like click on what I'd said and then scroll up and up and up.
Oh, good golly.
Yeah, it's
yeah, this is out of control. Let's see. So this by the way, anyone who's here listening and wants to be is a fan of the show, this is just for you guys. This would be like in the future. This will just be like Patreon stuff, which is just us just hanging out drinking. This is just what we do. We just go
because we fucked up the tech.
Oh,
we didn't fuck it up. It's just a fucking disaster. It couldn't be less user friendly. So
this is just hanging out drinking night. So we're just kind of going through some fun stuff. I got some interesting notes to share with some people that I came. So your response was that, and
see, I quoted there.
Yeah, you quoted, and that one's body is inviolable, subject to one's own will alone. You quoted that. And you said, at least the Satanic Temple understand mask ordinances and the compulsory vaccines are a violation of oneself. There you go.
Right.
Yeah, no, that's a good response. And this person did not like that. They said, Tenet 5, belief should conform to one's best scientific understanding of the world. One should take care to never distort scientific fact to fit one's belief. All valid scientific evidence shows that vaccines and masks are beneficial. Try again, original simulant. You loser. You gay guy. I know. Then he called you a gay guy.
I know he wouldn't. He would never dare. These Satanists wouldn't dare to call you a gay guy.
No, this is a guy who in his he's got his image, and then his name is a sun, an ocean, and a purple heart.
Oh, ID Conspires found his soulmate with that shit.
Ooh, God. His quote on Twitter is, I swore to my mom that emo wasn't a phase, so now I have to be like this forever. 25-year-old she, her.
That's a guy. He's got a beard, doesn't he?
Boy, yeah. I hate to dox people. I would never do that.
It's not doxing. This is, but isn't it?
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I don't mind doxing people. I'll pull him up.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe that's not him. Maybe that's a celebrity.
Yeah, I was gonna say that looks like Mac from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Let's be honest. We know who this guy is. Give me a. I can't be just digging into people just because they don't like what you said. Look, you're evil. And
what did I do?
You said food is beneficial.
That was because I posted something about a hunger strike, and then that fucked them up, and they got real pissed. Click on this guy's thing where it says a hunger strike affects oneself. Click on that, and then it'll show the tweet that he's responding to.
There seems to be a lot of inconsistencies with regard to what subject to one's own will alone means. I mean, it seems pretty clearly worded, yet every objection to my defense of the third tenet has something to do with self-actuality being beholden to other.
Yeah, that pissed him off.
Oh, yeah, I remember this one.
See how it puts them all out disjointed?
Oh, it's out of control. Don't even get me started on Twitter. I don't use Twitter. I should start Twitter. If you do a good job trolling on here, and I enjoy trolling people. But yeah, maybe I should get back on Twitter. Good to see the hip.
Oh, I fucking tear them up. I get shot. Oh, I'm like the truth I am, I guess, more than I like to admit. But that's why I always like the truth. And if you're watching this, truth, we still love you, buddy. But
oh yeah, we do. Truth I am. He was inspiration.
Absolutely. He was. He's like a muse. Muse I am. Truth muse.
So,
I am.
Anyone that isn't familiar, Original Stimulant, myself, and a couple other people are at fakeologist.com did a show. Excuse me, I'm chewing. We're just hanging out.
Is this... Close that screen, though. Is that all my personal details?
I hope not. Well, it just won't release this if it does.
Just blur them out, or I don't know.
Yeah, I'll go through
as long as it links to my grinder. Yeah,
it will.
Yeah, okay.
We used to do a show called the podcast called Truth Pack, and what we would do is we had our friend. It was a new acquaintance. We met him just on streams. He goes by, his handle is The Truth I Am, and this guy just who is The Truth I Am? Explain The Truth I Am.
He is who he is. He's a dynamo. You know, he's just a son of a gun and a gun of a son.
All he cares about is truth. That's it.
That's it.
And
Truth, justice warrior.
Yeah, he spends a lot of time on the internet arguing with people about his truths, and he's so passionate about it. Fucking them
up too.
He will call people pedophile apologists.
Pedophile sympathizers.
Sympathizers. You know, even if they don't even really realize what he's arguing, but he doesn't care. And he was a very funny person. We did that. We had the great Rolly Quaid was on the show.
And Antifa target, Rolly Quaid.
Yeah.
Antifa enemy. Yeah.
And those were fun shows. We just did jokes. We just kind of, we all just busted balls with each other. And we would break down all the Facebook posts of the Truth I Am's arguments with all these liberals and him just owning people. It was so funny.
It wasn't just liberals, though. He'd go after anybody. I mean, he was ready to fucking, you know, he's like a bear trap. You know, you stepped on his shit. You know, he'd bite your ass. Well, yeah. He wasn't gonna say Trump was good or any shit like that. He wasn't about that. He was about to fuck you up if you thought that was the kind of shit, you know.
Right, that's true. But liberals are typically the type of people that will engage in that kind of stuff or like take the bait on it.
Yeah, opposition kind of mentality. So, it was going good, man. The Truth Pack was going good until the Last Supper when Johnny Judas Clues, is fucking snake in the grass.
Very, you know, in this world, the conspiracy world, paranoia runs rampant. You know what I mean? It's like, it might be like a lot of people's, like the first quality of their personality is paranoia.
The defining quality.
Yeah. So I don't hold it against people, but man, it just becomes a bummer to deal with sometimes when it affects, you know, you directly. And when you know the person's, mistaken, but the guy got a little paranoid. I think he might have thought that I don't know, maybe we were working for the CIA or something. I don't know, but he wasn't happy, and he was our producer on the show, and he just got in the ear of the Truth I Am that, you know, and just like Judas turned on us. Poor guy. Rest in peace, the Truth Pack. You guys ever want to find it, go to fakeologist.com and search
we should release those Truth Pack episodes, you think?
Yeah, I think we'll put them on the YouTube channel if people want to listen to them. Or I bet they will. I mean, they were great episodes. They were so fun. I mean, I don't know about great, but they were
great.
Great fun.
I think they're really great.
Yeah.
They were
it wasn't anything like this. I mean, it was just jokes the whole time, having fun, letting loose. Just, you know, nobody take themselves too serious, you know.
Right at the height of Corona too. Kind of right when
Right.
I mean, I feel like everybody knew that. I don't know. I certainly enjoyed the pressure valve that it provided.
Yeah, that's exactly right. It was like it was like month or two into Corona.
Yeah. Couldn't have been that. Yeah, it wasn't long into it. So
I've only bet at Cardi for a very short amount of time, or Cardi and trading, and I feel like we use Carney too much. I know I've been telling you that. What can you define Carney quickly so that it makes sense to people?
Carnival person.
Yeah.
A carnival person is a carny, not a customer. Everyone but a customer, you know, at the carnival is a carny.
Yeah, and
they're the carnival people. You know, they're the people whose life, their occupation is their life, and their life is their occupation, and that occupation happens to be carny. So that's basically everybody in any kind of involved in any kind of hustle, which has taken on nowadays has taken on kind of been appropriated by the affected class to mean some kind of good thing. But I'm still of the school where a hustler is nothing to be admired, and you know. But so a criminal, borderline criminal. Uh-oh.
Only two things scare me, and one is nuclear war.
What's the other?
Excuse me?
What's the other thing that scares you?
Carnies.
What?
Circus folk. Nomads, you know. Smell like cabbage. Small hands.
There you go.
Well, you know what? And it's interesting because, excuse me, because what does he say that only two things scare me? Well, the first is a hoax, nuclear war, created by carnies.
Yeah, that's it. I mean,
So only one thing scares me, carnies, and everything else, all things, thus descend. So Pharaoh was a carny. All these fucking guys are carnies, from the bottom down or from the top down. It's just the institutional structure of it all. It's all carnies. Carnies have their own language. They speak carny. They have their own. Well, I mean, every kind of subculture has its own language and its own or lingua franca or whatever. But this is, endemic in these kind of things. So even like the institutions, like, every academic institution, they have, or the institution of academia, and every subdiscipline in there. How much time do they spend going to these stupid fucking conferences? Well, they used to, where they spend, if it's a 3-day conference, they spend the first 2.5 days going over what the terms mean and the redefinition of the old terms, and then finally all that is required in order to get the new hustle out there, so that they can all be on the same page, so they can all speak their own kind of industry language. So
yeah.
same
So
shit,
here's a specific definition. Carny is an informal term used in North America for a traveling carnival employee, and the language they use, particularly when the employee operates a game,
that's right.
a joint, they call it, a food stand, a grab, or a popper, or a ride at the carnival.
That's everything to do with that's all commerce. Yes, it's just encompassed all commerce right there in this definition.
And for you Australians out there, they call it a showy. So
no one calls it that.
Well, nobody that I respect. That's for damn sure. Yeah, and like you said, they have their own language. What's some good carnival language?
It's the same as like it was appropriated again by the hip hop community, or whatever that means, but
oh yeah, so
by
yeah,
mainstream rap music.
What do they call it?
When did that happen? The early 2000s, the late 90s? Is that when it happened?
Kizarni.
Yeah.
It's
the language would be like.
Yeah, it's a cant. It's a cant in language. What you know what a cant is?
Mm-mm.
It's a language of a group, like a cant. So it's like used to like exclude
With a
people.
K?
No,
like
it's a
cunt?
C-A-N-T, like cunt. Cunt is supposed to C.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so it's a language of a group used to misdirect or exclude people. Like, so it's like a secret language, basically. So the purpose of a cant is to
that you can speak in front of others.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like kayfabe. Carney is part of kayfabe.
It's all
wrestling parlance.
Yeah, it's to keep anyone outside the culture from knowing what is being said, basically.
Right in front of them. So you could say like, this Mizark, or this is Mizark, has some Dizzo.
You want me to? I actually know how to. I can explain how their language works. So what they do is they just speak English, but they take a word. First of all, you take a word, you break it into its syllables, and then you add the sound es or ease, depending on like the dialect, before a word that starts with a vowel or after the first consonant sound. So I'll give you examples and stuff. If the word starts with a consonant, then you add the sound to each syllable in the word. If it has more than one syllable using the rule, you use the same rule. So basically, for example, the word I, like I am, you would say ESI.
Is I. Yeah,
is I. The word and would be es and. Both of those start with a vowel, so the es would be said first.
But the word like carnival would be Kizarnival or something. Right?
Exactly.
Where you also emphasize, you put an emphasis on odd, like in an irregular place.
Yeah.
Kizarnival, or something like that.
Exactly. Yeah. If it starts with a consonant, you say the first sound, not the first letter. It's the first sound. So like for the word truck, you wouldn't say T is as ruck. You say tra is uck.
It's the first.
Trizuk, yeah. Which that's the hip hop. So when you mention it, like the hip hop community, like you got like Snoop Dogg, like adding Shizzle and Fashizi and
Right.
my heat head over to his house, like that's all from the same thing.
Right.
Like you mentioned before too, the wrestling has their own language. Like all these are all carny. Hip hop, by the way, most music, it's all carnival shit. It's all just
The minstrel, the old minstrel show, right? All entertainment is like the minstrel, the kabuki theater, and the minstrel thing.
It's all spells, man.
Was,
that's what it is.
Wait, what?
It's all spells and magic. That's all it is. It's just tricks to try to get people to buy shit. That's I mean,
you ever notice that the word spell is like the word spell?
Yeah, I did.
Like, oh, you did? Oh, fuck. All right.
Well, I know of Jordan Max. I know who Jordan Maxwell is.
Jizord and Mizaxwell's out.
That is Riazite. Well, I don't know how to do that. I don't want to mess that one up just in case. So yeah, in wrestling, their cant language is just a bunch of redefined words in the English language that they use for their own personal use. So they can use the same. They can speak they don't have to add like enunciations or anything or new sounds. They just redefine words. So like, I enjoyed the wrestling one the most because I think it translates over to like media fakery and politics specifically. And you're probably more fluent in this from like just years of interest in it, but I'm gonna quiz you on some of these carny wrestling terms and see if you can figure them out. So do you know what a house show is? HOWSHOW, a house show?
Yeah.
You do? What is that?
I think so. Well, a house show would be like like a non-televised event.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Yeah. So like a non-televised political rally. You know what I mean? Same thing in wrestling.
Oh yeah, of course.
So like,
I mean, now everything is like, as we get into like these kind of legacy ideas, the carny is kind of getting, suffering under the weight of its own legacy status as it's confronted with like the multimedia age. So. Yeah, like what isn't recorded now, but what is televised is a big difference, right? So like the Trump rallies are, I'm sure, all recorded 1,000 times over, but which ones are the ones that really
push? They make the headlines. But even still, I think that what you're
it would be like a house show is exactly right.
But I think what you're describing is kind of the reason that a lot more people are becoming hip to the stuff, because a lot of this back in the day was reliant on the legacy media's relaying the information. So it was like, even if something got televised back in the day, if you weren't there to watch it at the moment, you weren't ever going to get access to that video, not until like YouTube came out or something. And then
sure, and the markets and the idea of markets being different too, as far as like if you lived in Illinois and there was an event in me in Florida, we wouldn't have access necessarily to the same broadcast stations even that would carry the same content on the same times. So
exactly,
this ubiquity of universal media.
And then that's exactly it.
What are your other terms here?
Oh yeah. Well, you mentioned kayfabe earlier. How do you define kayfabe?
It's like kayfabe is like the pretense of a shared universe, of like a shared exclusive universe. The pretense that this shared exclusive universe is real, when in fact we know that it's not, amongst the people we're sharing.
So it's like the portrayal of a staged event or situation as if they're real is what I would kind of word it as.
Yeah, like
being in character, staying in character.
Right. Yeah, that's a great example.
Yeah. So like pretty much
living the role kind of thing.
Living
in public. That's a big part of it. Like there's a big part of it in as kayfabe is that it's in public that the pretense is always pushed as the out in the front, but in private, no one, you don't live in kayfabe in private. It's a very deliberate kind of thing.
It's like Clark Kent versus Superman. Clark Kent would be in kayfabe all the time, right?
Right. He's kayfabing. Yeah.
How about the fact that Clark? Do you ever realize that Superman is just an elitist cocksucker? You ever notice that?
He's a good guy, man.
No, he's not a good guy. You know, because you never notice like his alter ego is in his opinion is what a weak human would be. You know what I mean? Like a typical human or a typical human is a weak human.
The opposite? Is he the opposite? Is that been
No,
established?
he
They
decides
decided
if he wants to blend in. If you're trying to blend in, you're Superman. You're trying to blend in. You go, I'm going to try to be a typical human being, right? So in his eyes, a typical human being is like a geek nerd who has no self-confidence, who's a loser, who can't see straight, who's weak. Like that's how they view it. That's like an elitist view of like the plebs, in my opinion. I think Superman was kind of a dick, but that he didn't,
Ubermensch.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, maybe, I think he thought with his superior super brain that, what would be the least likely to be thought of as Superman, and I'll be that. Now it would be like a wheelchair bound, like Stephen Hawking, like if those guys are a little more, the industry would have supported it. It'd have been Stephen Hawking.
Superman, whenever he goes to change into his, change into a Superman outfit, he's just in his little wheelchair, goes into the phone booth, tries to back into it.
Oh my gosh. We had, I worked at this restaurant that had this revolving door. God, this was, how long? 13 years ago or so. I worked at this restaurant that had this really big revolving door as our front entrance. And we also had a handicapped entrance as well. But everyone used the revolving entrance, including this poor man in this electric wheelchair one night.
Oh no.
Who got like stuck in this fucking thing, and he's like pushing the wheel, and it's like, somehow he got in this damn thing rigged, like wedged perfectly, in between these panels of this fucking revolving door. So he's like pushing it, and the door would shudder, and then it's like as the wheels scraped against the glass.
Oh, that's horrible.
He had a great sense of humor about it, though. Great sense of humor.
Well, what else are you gonna do?
Then he got wasted in the bar that night, just annihilated. So,
dude, I used to do like I was a CNA, and I used to take care of people in their houses, and I took care of this one guy he had MS, and he was only in his like late 30s, and he had MS for like a long time. And not unlike Stephen Hawking, this guy didn't have a computer that spoke for him, which, by the way, nobody else has ever been able to recreate Stephen Hawking's fucking computer that he looks at with his eyes. I brought that up to my mom like a couple years ago. I was like, you ever notice that like Stephen Hawking lived like 10 times longer than the second longest person with MS ever? And they don't say it has to do with money. They said it was an anomaly. And he also is the only person to have a computer that you can blink at your eyes, and it can put out complex physics equations. And she's like, why do you think that was? And I was like, because he's fake. She goes, he might be.
Poor man. And, and Stephen Hawking, this poor guy, he's, as much as he's derided, but really he should be kind of, in my opinion, looked at as kind of a victim in all this, The poor guy probably didn't want to be trotted out like that, and
Of course not. I think they used a body double for him. I think they changed him out at one point. You ever look into that?
Okay, but the body double is also a victim. Like what I'm saying.
But you said Stephen Hawking. You didn't say the person. I thought you meant like Stephen Hawking's the guy after he at some point. You mean whoever they were using as the character? Yeah.
Well, I don't mean the pre-guy. Yeah.
Oh,
no,
yeah. I thought that's what you were saying. I'm like, I don't feel bad for that guy. You ever read any of his books?
Oh, Brief History of the Universe.
Yeah.
Back in, it was 1989 probably.
Yeah, I read his one that came out in the 2000s that was supposed to be it's basically like quantum mechanics, and it's like marketed as anyone can understand it that has a high school education. And I was like, that's all. First of all, it's all quantum mechanics, honestly. I read it and I was just like, up until I read it, I was like, this stuff's like the coolest thing ever. And then I read it, and the fact that I understood it, I was like, there's can't be anything to this. I shouldn't be able to understand.
All the presuppositions and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah. Stephen
highly problematic. Poor guy. Remember when he used to? Yeah, he used to be able to blink his eye, right, to control it. But then he lost the ability to do that. So then he had to like twitch his cheek muscle, right?
Yeah.
Like they had to switch the computer out. Did you ever see the guy who said he was? There's a guy who claimed he was the one of the script writers for Stephen Hawking. It was pretty interesting.
Oh, really?
Yeah, said he was like. I mean, so like the think about like Hawking, the voice. Like, there's no reason he couldn't have had a human sounding voice, right?
Right.
As far as like the robo voice, it could have been much more human sounding, especially with all the time they take to articulate it. It doesn't come out in real time. They give him these questions supposedly. I think he's like ticking away face muscle at a time. It takes him like 2 weeks to answer this shit, and then it gets translated. So, they chose that voice form on purpose.
Few people emerge from the field of cosmology and theoretical physics with the sort of recognition equal to that of a celebrity athlete or actor. But that's exactly what
For
happened to
anyone
Stephen
that hasn't
Hawking.
ever watched this before, or
Thanks
looked
to his
into it, this is just
groundbreaking
like the
work with black
generic
holes and relativity,
Stephen Hawking's
he's
conspiracy
gone on to
video.
hold distinguished academic
Or like-
posts, be
There's
appointed
no
commander
way.
of the Order of the British Empire and earn the Genius. He
Well,
claimed he didn't learn properly until
Picture
he was 8
alone,
years
I
old,
don't know. I'm not great.
and his
I mean, I'm
grades never
decent
surpassed the
at
average scores of his
identifying
classmates at St.
stuff,
Albans
but
School.
They're using
Of course, there was a
effect
reason those
edit,
classmates
the-
called
what's
him
it called?
Einstein.
Who's that director? The
Hawking
Vietnam,
built a computer
War
with his friends as a
director?
teenager,
Ken Burns.
and
Ken
demonstrated
Burns,
a
using
tremendous
Ken Burns'
capacity
effects
for
so that it
grasping
always
issues
makes
of
things
space and
look more
time. He also
Looks
put
like
it
an
together when it
inserted
counted,
animated, yeah.
dominating
I know, the
his
blurry
Oxford
background and
exams to
stuff like
score a
that.
scholarship to study physics
knows?
at age
Maybe.
17.
Dominating. His Oxford is
A
Gams.
Look
conspiracy.
at this. I'm just gonna
The
skip
theory
around.
about the world-renowned
Some stuff.
physicist,
Look at that.
God bless the poor guy.
the writer behind it, Miles Matthews, claims he analyzed
So now
a
we
series
got.
of photos of the
Let's break this down, dude. Look at the nose difference. Let's get into it. Now the nostril, we got big nostril on both of them. That's fair. Now this part doesn't get me.
scientist's
I'm
face
like,
and
oh,
teeth
that's
to
fine.
demonstrate that
It's
the
not
professor
till you
we
get
know
to the
today is
end,
not the original
where all of
Stephen
a sudden,
Hawking.
out of nowhere, right?
But otherwise, they
Okay,
didn't look
the
much
guy
alike.
just grows a bottom set of teeth. No, I don't know what. Look at, they literally went from rotting out. Can you see my mouse on the screen?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so they went from rotting out to growing to his eyeballs. He looks very angry. And so either they put prosthetics in and then they put these ones in to mock the poor guy, or it's a different person. I mean, maybe there's other
Added, it should
options.
not come
I
off as a
don't-
surprise if you
I
look
think
at
there might be other options.
the
Well,
condition
okay,
that actually
he's not a goddamn bull or a wild boar where they go out in the wild and their tusks grow out of control. It's not like they put Stephen Hawking's out into the forest and his teeth started growing through his nose. Let's be honest.
No, but I
Stephen
mean,
Hawking.
you might consider that like
He
perhaps his,
says that those with ALS cannot survive for over
I'm
52
touching it, but
years,
it's like
and pointed to the average survival
Like,
time of 4 years.
All right, that's not
He
not
writes,
even my
when
biggest
Hawking was
proof.
first diagnosed in 1963, his replacement.
Jump around a little. Look at
In a
the
further
teeth,
twist, he
look at the
claims
teeth.
new evidence shows
Look
that
at
the
the nose,
Hawking
somehow the
imposter
nose
is also
started
there's a
going down.
fly in here.
and that the current appearance we see
What?
today is thanks
The
to
nose
Apollo
started
The
11.
volume
growing
is
down.
so
At
loud
that
on the
time,
video.
Professor
I mean,
Hawking's
okay.
body was beamed to
you
Hong
gotta
Kong
let me
from his
know about
office
that
in
then.
Britain.
Is that better?
Other clues the
It
conspiracy.
it doesn't even need to be on. Let's be honest. I'll just turn it off. Okay, there he is in space.
Is that him in
I've-
space?
Yeah. First of all, how did he get to space? I'm just kidding. Okay. How did he get to space? This is ridiculous. Okay, so we're going. Let's see. This is the. There's a better video than this.
I'm sure there is. As I said the other day, there's no such thing as nonsense in EGI, only evidence.
That's exactly right. There's no such thing. There's only evidence. That's hilarious. Okay, let's see. Let me get this thing.
Does it say
going a
Jim
little.
Bros? I can't read it. Jim Bros.
What
Who's
do you got?
Stephen Hawking's Jim Bro? What's with this lag?
I
Do
don't know.
you have dial-up? Do you still have dial-up?
No, I don't have dial-up. I have two hamsters going in my.
Something that behaves exactly like dial-up.
The one that always got me about Stephen Hawking, though.
Was it he's in a fucking wheelchair and they said he fucking was the smartest man in the world and he can't even fucking breathe?
There's,
Is that the one or
that,
or
that might
something
have
else?
had a little something to do with it, possibly. Let me stop sharing here for a second. No, there's one where his caregiver is feeding him, and the guy has MS.
He later married?
No, not that's not it at all.
No, he has ALS.
ALS. Oh, I keep saying MS. I'm sorry. Yeah, he has MS. First of
Lou
all,
Gehrig's syndrome or whatever.
disease. Jesus, it's not a syndrome. It might be a syndrome.
Ah,
Where's the one where the lady is feeding him? It's like the sickest thing you've ever seen in your entire life. They put
no, it's some poor disabled man being fed so he can survive.
no. He's when you have Lou Gehrig's, you go by the time I've taken care of people with it, even though I can't get it right when I say it. But but there
Is it hopefully the statute of limitations for
They have
negligence has lapsed?
they have feeding tubes. Okay, they don't
The
don't
G tube, the old
Yeah,
G tube.
because they lack
Right.
the smooth muscle capability to digest through their mouth because digestion starts in your oral
That's because their
cavity.
trachea has been shaved. Classic tranny,
Yeah, that's right.
FTM
That's right.
or MTF.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
see this fly flying around me?
No.
This motherfucker.
Is,
Anyway, I think the disabled man being fed is I mean, I like that you're mad. Oh, you're mad, boss. Get mad.
I'm not mad at you. I'm mad at
Find that video.
I'm mad at you too.
Oh, I know you're mad. I just know you're mad. You're mad. Mad at YouTube. That's right.
Well,
That's
it was
right.
lagging.
Put the anger in the right place. Put the anger where it belongs. YouTube. Tell him. What are you feeling?
If I can find
Do you
it.
feel like you haven't proven your point because you haven't been able to share the video?
Well, I
Tell
can't
him.
just accuse Stephen
But-
Hawking's of being fake and then all of a sudden like that be my
That's right.
evidence.
That's
I'm
right.
like,
Without evidence,
I'm
where's
like,
my fucking evidence?
look how his teeth grew through
This
his
is a court.
nose. Look how
This
his
is
teeth
fucking
grew through
serious
his
shit.
nose.
Well, you got to consider, what if, like, his gums, you know how long oh my God, you see that fly on my screen? It's mother. You know, oh my God, this fly's killing me. Like, all the muscle tissue, I mean, you know how it could go. The gums could deteriorate, and then
Mm-hmm.
the depth of the root could then be exposed. So the tooth looks, or appears twice as long. When really there's just no gum tissue there anymore, where it once was. But I know you're like all 13 angry jurors. You're like,
Yeah.
this motherfucker did it. This motherfucker did it.
Well, if I can
That
find
judge
it, I'm gonna
can
look like a
shut the
crazy
fuck up.
person if I can't find it.
Yo, that'll be what makes you look like a crazy person. That'll be the thing.
Well, maybe I'm not gonna find it, but that doesn't mean it's not real.
Look, I was fucking arguing on LinkedIn fucking years ago, 7 or 8 years ago, that Stephen Hawking was like this fucking psyop because his name Stephen meant like king, and then he's like the Hawk King, like Horus. Oh, buddy, let me tell you. And he's all into space. You don't talk about looking like you're crazy. Like, come on.
Well,
It's not a good look for me.
because
Not
also
my
with
best moment.
his
But I don't think it's wrong.
his hands went from having from being completely stiff to all of a sudden just being completely malleable again, which I've taken care of people that have that kind of like those types of ailments, and that's you don't reverse
You
don't
fucking
reverse that
ream me
shit.
for saying it's a syndrome, and then you call it ailments.
Well, it
Like
is a
turf toe. Like it's got turf toe.
I'm talking about the contraction.
You're talking about the condition. Yeah, I know. Doctor, I got this shit. Oh, I know. I know that one.
I'll beat the shit out of Stephen
Listen.
Hawking's. I could fight.
I would
this
hope.
guy.
I would hope.
Yeah,
I would fucking hope.
that's right.
And he went to Epstein Island.
Oh, that's the other thing. What is this shit? Don't get me going. Okay, well, we all can agree that.
What's weirder, Epstein Island or Naomi Campbell's house?
Oh, does people know about Naomi Campbell's house?
I brought it up on Hoaxbusters the other day, or no, fake the ACI.
Pretty
Didn't
lonely
seem
over
like
there.
a lot of people. I didn't know about it until the other day.
Pretty
No, that I'm
lonely.
not talking about. Hoaxbusters is a ghost town,
Yeah.
but ACI still has quality participation by quality members. So.
Oh, yes, it does. I was just gonna say it must have been pretty boring over there on the Hoaxbusters call the other day. Okay, I'm gonna pull up Naomi Campbell's house for everybody. Look at this. Look at this thing. Just What is
This
going
says
on?
This says Pornhub.
Yeah. Oh shit. Is that still up? Okay, good. Yeah.
Pull
So
up another image to blow it up. Consider seeing that.
okay. CNBC. Give me that.
No, you picked the fucking article. I'm just, you know how Google Image works? You just pick, what the fuck?
I use my phone all the time. I don't use my desktop, so I don't actually.
Well, it's the same shit. Images, videos, GIF, sister porn.
It's not doing it.
There it is. Naomi Campbell's. Well, that's a lovely home.
Look at that thing.
I can't be mad at her.
She got it from a
But it is
Russian
quite a.
billionaire, who, by the way, left her after marrying her and just ended up with it. He's like with a 26-year-old white Russian supermodel now.
Belarusian?
You know their names?
No, Belarusians are the white. They're called the White Russians. The Belarusians.
I thought a white Russian was a drink.
No.
Well, I guess I'm just going to look like a crazy person since I couldn't find the Stephen Hawking conspiracy.
Look, all you super fans. You know how Google works. Just try to Google fucking.
Oh, it's out of
Stephen.
control.
What else where were we going next? You have more Carney terms, or what were we doing?
Yeah, I got plenty of Carney terms. Yeah, let me.
No, this is, oh my God, your fucking evidence. This is like fucking Miracle on 34th Street. They're gonna start hauling in the fucking letters to Santa, into the courtroom. Except it's gonna be, thumb drives with conspiracy information about Stephen Hawking. You're gonna be like, you're gonna be like, I told you, it was true. Everyone knows Stephen Hawking is fake. You don't need to find this other evidence. We're all on your side.
All right.
Now you're mad. I'll get mad.
No, I'm not mad.
Yeah, you're mad.
No,
You're a
I didn't,
fucking liar.
because I just found the
mad.
video.
You're mad.
I just found the video. That's right.
Slim, how long is it? How
Some
many
dunk.
hours?
Where did
How
those
many
bottom teeth come from? Look at that. This person gets me. Where did those bottom teeth come from?
How many hours? How many minutes is it?
All right.
Good.
Look at this. Look at this. If
8
these are
days,
somehow the
7.
same man that has somehow survived with ALS for 50 years, something else, I didn't read the rest of it. See, he does not need
Nah,
false
not
teeth.
important.
Not important. Moving on.
No one. False teeth.
Look at this woman feed. Yeah, here's the thing. They pretend to feed
That
him.
doesn't stop various documentaries from pretending he eats real
Look
food.
at this. Watch this. Watch this.
All right.
She feeding him, right? Not eating.
I don't know. I can't see.
Watch this.
He was going to ask me
Play
about
close
my
attention.
past
This guy
medical
gets it.
history and what I've
Look
done
at,
before.
he isn't eating
yeah.
anything. She's just shoving it in there.
Didn't he ask whether
And then
I
watch
took
the
cold
reflection in
showers?
his glasses. Right here. Ready?
They're not going to work anymore.
Mhm.
is that just
He,
gonna
first of all,
go
he
to
can't
my
chew.
friend?
He lacks the muscle
Yeah, yeah.
capability.
It's been
Look in the glasses.
Show
Ready?
me
She
growing
puts it
up.
in,
Yep.
and then she just smashes it on, and you just see it start falling onto his lap, and he's not even going in his mouth. They fake this for the very least. Look at this right here. Look at, she's just pointing it at his mouth and pretending to feed it from that camera angle. Look at right here.
Why?
Glasses. Boom. Not even really feeding him.
Why?
Am I crazy? Am I crazy?
Why?
Oh yeah, here's this one. Look at the poor guy can't even use his mouth to eat food or drink. There it is. She puts a spoonful of tea into him and dribbles it all over him. Look at this. I can't believe I'm turning into this person. I haven't watched these videos in
Yeah,
years.
turning into it. Yeah. This
Turning
is quite
back-
the metamorphosis, boss. Yeah.
Reverting. Look at this. Ready? Oh, that's
That looks
nice.
like Bubble from Trailer Park Boys.
He's drinking. Something's fucky. Something's fucky. I don't think that man's teeth is his teeth. Look, I like how the person adds it, all the little commentary and shit. Like, yeah, anyway, so
How many? Hold on. How many views does this video have?
we're not to that part yet. We're getting to get to the hands now. We got to break down.
Oh, there's more evidence. There's more evidence. This wasn't enough.
Who is this dude? Who is this dude? You know what I'm saying? Who is this or this?
Who knows? No one knows. No one knows.
What if we
Rubber hands. Probably.
different hands?
Probably. Yeah. I'm okay with that.
That's a different guy. No bottom. The bottom teeth thing isn't there. Remember the one? I always feel bad. Oh, there you go. There's my proof. Look at the trach. Look at the trach. Look at the trach. Ready? Pause for the trach. Right there. Boom. What are they feeding that motherfucker? Look at this.
Show me what I'm seeing. Walk me through this.
He has a trachea. Everyone
has a trachea.
He has a tracheectomy, whatever they call it. They feed. That's his feeder tube. This is for his feeder tube. They have this is an image of him with his feet. Now that's a different version of him because that's the small teeth version, granted. So maybe the new one doesn't have the teeth, the trach.
That's a different mask. That's a whole different mask. See how it's all waxy at the bottom?
Oh, that's very possible. That is.
Look at that ear patterning right there, though. That right there is solid gold.
Who is this supposed to be? Who is this supposed to be?
I don't know.
These are not the same. Okay. What if I went back to the smaller view and then you saw it was my YouTube channel and I was on the mid?
I'd be pretty stoked. I'd actually have to text you and be like, I'm sorry that I. But how many views did it have?
Oh yeah. So this one.
And how many subs does the guy have?
Well, this one only got put up in. This one got put up again, but it was April 27, 2019. Yeah, it's only got 2,300 views. So only 2,300 people know.
Year and a half.
Yeah.
Well, but it's been taken down before, I'm sure. So and then he's re-uploaded it.
Well, and now that it's been on the popularity contest, just tens of millions.
Oh yeah, it's skyrocket.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You run the risk, it's the razor's edge. You appear on popularity contest. Either you go up, by volumes, or you get shut the fuck down because you got too much truth. And we're closely monitored by every major intelligence agency and even some of the minor ones, some aspiring intelligence groups.
And the dumb ones too, the dumb agencies.
Absolutely. The dumb intelligence agencies.
Just the dumb agencies. There's the intelligent ones and the dumb ones. Yeah, we're inspired by both of them. All right, back to the Carney lingo. Okay. So we've got kayfabe we did, and kayfabe pretty much every major politician. I'll just give all my examples with.
Oh, they have to live in that world. They have to participate. Kayfabe is like the overarching paradigm too. It's like you can't go up into the fucking. It's like if I somehow were able to run onto the stage of the wrestling show pre-corona, and speak over the loudspeaker and be like, this is all fake, I'm telling the wrestler, you're not really hitting him, it's fake. Tell the people in the audience, his name isn't the Undertaker, it's the wrestler. I don't it's this idea that like all that pretense and all that paradigm exists, and you have to participate in it to participate in it. You can't go being some outsider, or you're just going to be, fucked.
Well,
or not fucked. You just be excluded.
Do you know what excluded? Do you know what a smark is?
Yeah, a mark.
No, a smart.
I know, but a mark. Okay. A mark is the target of the carny but a smark is a smart mark, right?
Yeah.
The S stands for smart. So it's a mark who thinks they're smart, and this is very important because they're not necessarily smart to the business of wrestling or smart to kayfabe, but they think they are. They believe they have some access to some insider information and knowledge, despite not being part of that community or knowing people who are part of that community.
They think that just because they know it's fake, that they can enjoy it and not be affected by the spells and the kayfabe.
Right. They perceive that they enjoy it in some different way.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it's the same with politics and all this other shit.
Right. That's exactly right. Okay. What about, so back to politics. So what about a baby face or a face?
Real quick though.
Oh yeah.
The smark, what's important is the smark is still a mark.
Right.
Still a mark. Never not a mark. So like, what's like a Roger Stone, like he's not an elected official, right? But he's a smark, right? He's involved in well, maybe not. He's not a good example, actually. Who would be a good Jordan Sather, right?
Yeah, there you go.
Roger Stone is a terrible example. He's more like a booker. But Jordan Sather, right, is a smart.
X popularity contest it.
Jordan Gaither.
Yeah, he was. He was
Jordan
so good.
Gaither.
Yeah, that'd be someone. So that's somebody like a lot of people, honestly, in the truth
Oh, most
community.
yeah, absolutely.
Almost every one of them is a smart. These are the people that think they know what's going on. They're going to break it down, and it ain't affecting me. Meanwhile, the people like, live in.
Meanwhile, they're buying tickets to the shit. They're fucking. They're about as big a fans as exists. You know.
Do you ever been to one of these conspiracy carny conventions?
No. I don't think. No.
You can remember? I think that means yes.
Well, I say no, but then I'm like, well, fuck, maybe I should reflect. Maybe I have been. No, I've never been to one.
I would go to one. Now I would go to one, but back in the day I wouldn't. Now I'd go to one just to. I'd be like.
Before you thought you were
smart.
better than that shit. Now you think you're smart, so you feel like you can.
I'm a smart.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Back to my other one. How about a baby face or a face? Interchangeable.
Right. Yeah. This is your protagonist, your fan favorite.
Hillary Clinton.
Your man of the people. No.
Barack Obama.
I mean, for their party. Yeah.
For their party. Yeah.
Yeah. Trump is the baby face of of the well, not the GOP, but of the voter base, I guess, right now. Well, and then any Biden would be the baby face of the other.
What's interesting too about like the one-to-one comparison to wrestling and like politics is wrestling. There used to be a heel and a baby face, and it used to be like that is the heel. You hate the bad guy, but now in wrestling, I'm pretty sure like the bad guy, the heel, is just as popular, if not more popular, to certain audience members than the good guy is. It's like the inversion of the world now, you know what I mean? Where the bad guy, they're even trying to sell him to you as a bad guy, but people are like, we fucking love that guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's the anti-hero idea, right?
Yeah.
This is the most shallow of all archetypes. Really, is the anti-hero, aside from like the trickster. But these two are like right neck and neck. But people love the anti-hero as this kind of idea of because the idea of being a babyface is unattractive to people for some reason, even though a babyface is what drives the business, right? It drives the business of wrestling, is the protagonist. People, the good guy. People in post modernity, the good guy is so passé, perceived to be, that it's like, it's just impossible to even consider rooting for him like Superman. Right. But really, in post modernity, we realize that the good guy or the true baby face is the hardest, archetype to be, and the best. It's like it's easy to shit on, but when we see it's like the depth of character, it doesn't seem so deep because he's so apple pie and cookie cutter. But in reality, how deep does it have to go? He wears his identity on his sleeve. He's not some schemer. He's not some villain. He's not some potential villain. He does what's right, in the eyes of the crowd. In the eyes of the audience.
And meanwhile, he's in kayfabe the entire time. And he's
of course. Of course.
Doing roids.
Yes, having sex. Oh, yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. But it's just the dynamic is well worth noting.
Well, what do they use? What is the term for the thing they use to gain the, to relate to the audience, to gain the audience's attention? You use this word all the time. What's
the heat?
Gimmick. The gimmick.
Oh, the gimmick. That's yeah.
The stereotype that the wrestler takes to relate. Yeah.
That's
or the hook. What's the enticing trick? How would you define it?
With the gimmick?
Yeah.
The gimmick is like a all expansive term. Like it can mean like your character, you're overtly like being a babyface isn't really a gimmick so much as it's like, it's just a role. Like but certain roles are gimmicks. So like Kamala, the Ugandan giant, is a gimmick, right?
Right.
But Brock Lesnar isn't really so much a gimmick as in it's like external to his true identity. I mean, he really is a former UFC champion, right? He really is a NCAA, Division I wrestling champion.
So with the Hulk, like when Hogan changed from Hulkamania to the NWO Hulk, was that a gimmick?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, that one, the gimmick's a tough one because it just finds so much. So much falls under gimmick, you know. Gimmicks is merchandise. Gimmicks is any kind of item or object or
Talking point in politics, like an updated talking point to appeal to the populace.
Right, like being a populist would be a gimmick, right? Even though I said being a babyface isn't a gimmick, but being a populist might not be popular. You know, being a babyface is going to be, you know, you're going to try to achieve the babyface thing. But like Trump, for example, is kind of like working this tweener kind of angle where you like enrage. The babyface isn't going to enrage the crowd, no matter what. You know, no matter what. They're going to be behind him, except for maybe some, you know, psychologically aberrant people.
Here's I got a good example that we can use for like politicians. This is funny. This is I'm going to give you an example of like this is going to be Joe Biden, like his current talking points. Okay, the way he now compared to, and then I'll show you talk. It's so funny. Or what?
This Medicare plan. Without a big chunk
Cardi
of
B
taxes
asking him
coming
who's
out
going
of
to pay
our
for all
check.
the shit.
The way we can pay for all of this is doing practical things, like making sure that no corporation making a profit should pay less than 15% tax on their profit. None. Zero. Everybody has to pay their fair share.
There we go.
Thank you.
Okay. So now it's going to be the
so this is a gimmick, right?
Bernie, right?
So he's got a gimmick. He's saying that like pay their 50% on their profit. Well, what about on their sales? Right? They pass all that on to consumers, right?
Mm-hmm.
The idea that any corporation pays anything is all a gimmick,
right?
So, but I mean, gimmick is is a tough one because it's just everything. But what were you going to say? I'm sorry.
Did you see the? There was an article, or there was somebody was talking about it. There was something about like a leaked thing that came out of Joe Biden, like because when he was talking to Cardi B, I guess like apparently some of these.
Hold on, talking to Cardi B.
Yeah, that's
what was in that video. Nuts. Have you seen her? Have you seen? That was Cardi B.
That was Cardi B.
Just talking to him then. That's talking Cardi B talking to him then.
Yeah,
she's
that was
from the Caribbean.
Cardi B, and that's what her name stands for.
Oh, like spelling. Was that really Cardi B?
Yeah, that's Cardi B. I'll show you.
Have you seen Cardi B's Nuts? Have you seen this one?
Cardi B interviews Joe. Cardi B's Nuts. No,
dude.
Do I need to find that?
Oh, Google it. Yep. Cardi B twerking nuts. This is some.
All right.
You'll like this one because you're gay.
I will. I'll find it. Look at this. This is just real quick.
I think gay people just see a scrotum and they're just like, oh, I can't believe it. Finally.
Register to read more. No, thank you.
What?
WAPO.
Yeah, go ahead. Just use your email. Just use your email. That's
fine. So Cardi B's Nuts.
Here you go. John Laban. Yeah, Cardi B at BitChute. Throw that one in there. You'll find it.
All right, I'll find it.
Cardi B nut sack.
That's BitChute. Yeah, I'll find it. So basically what happened though was in that Washington Post article was apparently a few weeks after Joe Biden said that they were going to get like the billionaires to pay for everything, the Washington Post came out with an article claiming that some bank insiders who were at one of his untelevised speeches, which would be right, said that Biden reassured them that he was just saying those things to appease the more Elizabeth Warren, Bernie type voters, and that they would in fact not be footing the bill. So I thought that was kind of funny. Let's see, Cardi B, BitChute.
Sounds like kayfabe to me too. You know, which itself sounds like kayfabe, because I mean, what bankers are really like? Oh God, does this does this guy that we appoint really gonna make us start paying for stuff? No, that's not. He's not going to do that.
Yeah, of course, right?
No.
Well, if I can find Cardi B's nuts on here.
Did you ever see the Cardi B video?
Did you say I can
Oh,
just
you're
type in
frozen.
Cardi
You're
B?
locked up. All right.
I can just type in Cardi B's nuts, right?
Cardi B nutsack. Bitch. I might have to. You haven't found it yet?
No, it's
Your
not-
video's froze up.
It doesn't pop up if you do that. Am I back?
Try Cardi B transgender.
It's not bad.
Bitch shoot.
It's a good find. Cardi B transgender. Oh, here we go. Baywatch transvestigation.
No, it should be like pop right up. It's like 8 minutes and just skip to the end.
I don't know. Oh, here we go. Cardi B's nutsack contains nudity. Oh my goodness.
That's what I have it. Well, that's what I said. And what did you type in first? You didn't type in what I said.
What the?
Are you there?
Can
Are
we
you
show
there?
this on YouTube?
I can't see.
Can we show this on YouTube?
It's not showing. I can't see it.
I'm not showing
Well,
it yet.
we'll
I'm
just show up
asking
to it.
if we can show it.
It's just twerking. It's just twerking. It's until the very end will be the nutsack. So
I don't know that we can show this.
you can show that. Well, okay, just watch and explain what you see, but go to the very end because this is where the everything up to there is just sizzle. You'll see the steak at the end.
Ooh, I don't know if my computer's going to allow me to even get. It's like turning on me. I think it might have got mad at all the Stephen Hawking's juice that I was unloading onto the people. It's not.
I don't blame it.
Yeah, it's not letting me go back. I can't even get into Zoom anymore. It's
Are you
turned
still
on.
recording?
It's turned on us. Are you still there?
Now I'm here.
Oh.
Can you hear me?
Okay, I'm here. Oh, it's just thinking a lot. That's all. Okay, I'm back.
Well, okay. Yeah, let's minimize that crap.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Well,
I got
for
Cardi B's
anyone who
nutsack
wants
on
to
here.
know, you can put the link in the show notes. What other terms we got? You got to have heel, I'm sure, right?
Of course, I've
Up
got
there.
heel. Yeah. I got heel.
Are you there?
I'm here.
Where'd
You
your
just-
video go? Where'd
You
your
just can't
image
see
go?
me.
No.
I
Like
don't
John Cena.
know. It says that
You're
I
like
got-
a black cube here on my screen, like Saturn. Now it's all making sense.
So,
Now I'm gonna make a video about this.
well, it's okay. If nobody sees
Take
me,
some notes.
they can see you. That's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my computer's just killing me right now.
Yeah.
They didn't like when I pulled up the Stephen Hawking stuff. So yeah, we got heel, which is just the bad guy. Used to be the person who got booed, but
Mhm.
then now what we got, like it'd be like what Trump was initially, or Trump is. You get like your 10 seconds of hate. For a certain segment of the population.
But interestingly, no one wants that shit. This is back to the shallowness and the almost the pornographic nature of the anti-hero. Is that like the anti-hero can't really drive the plot? It takes like and no one really wants to watch the villain, not for long.
Mhm.
Not for too long, and unless they have some serious inner turmoils. It's the virtuous. It's the things that we want to be that are the things that we really, when exposed to, are the things that we like most to watch or to be exposed to. So, like we want to see the good versus evil. Like Han Solo, he's not really a deep character at all. He's not going to carry his own movie. The movie is about Luke Skywalker. The movie is about Darth Vader. Han Solo plays an important role, but the idea that he's, competing for first place is ridiculous. It's not even close. It's
Right.
the movie is about the light and the dark. And it's always these kinds of, in reality, it's always these kind of high-minded things that grip our attention, that inspire us. People are not inspired by the anti-hero, but the anti-hero has to keep, towing the line, or finding themselves in these ambiguous situations where they can mostly default to the the morally ambiguous. But that's not, it gets old real quick. So maybe the good guy gets old real quick too, but that's more of a reflection of his enemy than a reflection of him. So.
Right. I'm trying to return to my meeting right now. This Zoom stuff is for the birds,
It's the shits, man. It's the fucking drizzling shits. I don't know.
Boy, it's really not. Did you just receive what I sent you?
You're texting me here.
Yeah. Well, I'm texting you to show you a screenshot to prove that this thing is acting up. It's
I don't doubt you. Just close all your windows. Oh, whoa. Now I can. Here's what you do. Close all your windows.
I've done. There's no window open except for Zoom, and it won't let me do anything. This is just in case we don't end up being able to release this, but it's not even letting me.
Why would we not be able to release this? Give the task manager, close everything but this.
Always use fresh macaroni. If the box rattles, throw it away.
Your cable TV is experiencing difficulties. Please do not panic. Resist the temptation to read or talk to loved ones. Do not attempt sexual relations, as years of TV radiation have left your genitals withered and useless.
Well, I'll be damned.